3 years ago, I set out to construct the most powerful nootropic stack for focus, motivation, and sheer cognitive horsepower. I logged hundreds of hours, sampled endless amounts of cognitive performance chemicals, and ran beta tests with soldiers from the United States Army. And after massive experimentation and ruthless trial and error, my work had finally paid off. I found what I was looking for.
In order to have good brain function, you have got to do a couple things, in my opinion. First of all, you have to have energy in the brain, right? You've got to have a good functioning thyroid. You've got to have slept well. You should have done some exercise. You should eat relatively well. You should optimize blood flow via meditation, these sorts of things. But I think a good functional nootropic stack should target a lot of neurochemistry. GABA, it should target serotonin somewhat. It should absolutely target acetylcholine. It should absolutely target dopamine. It should absolutely target epinephrine, norepinephrine, right? If you can make one that targets like AMPA receptors equally, sort of like aniracetam does, man, you would have something very, very special. We did basically all that minus AMPA with the Cortex stack. Looking at uridine, monophosphate, and CDP choline particularly, both individually and together. And so that is why people hit us up and say, man, I've got total mental dominance taking your stack. Experience what it's like to be firing on all cylinders with the Cortex stack, livecortex.com. If you respond well to it, I think you're going to send me an email and say, dude, what is in this stack? This stuff is great. Livecortex.com for what's being called the only pre-made stack that actually works. Okay. I want to quickly just say, number one, for those of you that are new to this community that have just subscribed, thanks for coming on board. We all love that you're here. Everybody loves that you're here. And I just want to say to everybody, like, I think we've all sort of gotten the undertone that this community is a positive, cool, happy place to be. And there's room for debate, obviously. And that's always great. I'm not like, don't debate me or don't debate stuff or don't debate each other. But what I think people have sort of gotten the impression of is that we're all very positive and we all want to learn. We're all learning about nootropics, whatever stage we're at, whether we're in year 1, year 0.5, or year 8 like me. We're all still learning and we all still rely on each other to talk about our N=1 experiments and to find out what works best for us. And so I think people really like being a part of the Cortex Labs content on YouTube and just sort of on our website and on Facebook. For those of you who haven't checked it, we haven't paid all much attention to Facebook. We should check us out, facebook.com/cortexstacks, twitter.com/cortexstacks. Just follow us and like us if you could, please. And they get a good positive vibe, and that is because looking at the other nootropics communities, they're all very, very negative. In fact, a lot of them are super, super arrogant, and a lot of them are just jerks. Why? Why are they assholes? And who knows the answer to that question? I mean, most of them are just internet anonymouses that'll never put their real name out there and whatever, just talking smack. And you know how people are. That's the internet. You're going to get that. I'm not complaining. Whatever. Who cares? But I would like to say that like our nootropics, the nootropics subreddit, there's just a lot of real, I don't know, people are just grouchy and angry and weird, and they're just sort of siloed into their own individual ways of thinking about neurochemistry and these sorts of things. And if something doesn't jive with what they think, they get very defensive and start to be argumentative about it. And then folks are walking around with chips on their shoulders. It's a negative vibe. Like, largely it's a negative vibe. I think new people to nootropics feel bad about going to like some of these nootropics groups, the nootropics subreddit, Facebook groups that talk about nootropics, these sorts of things. So they're like, well, I don't want to ask a question. And people be like, well, that's a stupid question. No question is a stupid question here. No question is a stupid question anywhere. It's like, who gives anyone the right to be a dick about knowledge that they know that people are trying to get? No one gave anybody the right to do that. So people are in their sort of weird negative state over there at whatever forum or whatever subreddit or whatever thing about nootropics, and the general sort of community where people get together are jerks. Besides longevity is pretty awesome. Pretty great amount of people at longevity. But the rest of them, like, people are cool and people are awesome, and in all these, in the Reddit, the subreddit, the nootropics subreddit. But a lot of them are just like arrogant jerks for no good reason. Who are they? What have they created? What have they done? What do they really know about nootropics? You know, because, you know, what information are they putting out there that is symbolic of that is demonstrative of their excessive knowledge of particular nootropics or neurochemistry that gives them a reason to be assholes? Fucking none, okay? So I just want to say to people, if you're feeling weird and you're getting like rejected, or people are just being dicks over at any of the Facebook forums about nootropics, any of the Facebook groups, any other group about nootropics, come here. Because here, like I said, we have an undertone of positivity. You know, we're not about putting each other down or any of that sort of stuff. We just all want to learn together. We want it to be a great vibe all of the time, and that's possible. Doesn't mean we can't debate, but we can debate respectfully. Everybody can debate respectfully, absolutely. And so once we start bringing in that super negative, like jerk stuff into this community, it doesn't fit. It just doesn't fit. And so, yeah, I want to, you know, in that regard and in conclusion, I want to say to people, yes, you have gotten the impression that this is a cool, positive, safe place to go to talk about nootropics, and I want to like consciously reinforce that to you and validate your thinking. 100%, that's it, and that's what we're trying to do, and that's what we will continue to do. Thanks for watching.